the biodiversity of Lough Talt and surrounding area. This presentation will introduce you to some of the vast array of plants and animals that are to be found within the various habitat types located along the beautiful lakeshore walking route of the Lough Talt amenity area. Located along the Sligo Way, Lough Talt is a glacial lake in the Ox Mountains of South County Sligo, between the villages of Tubbercurry and Bonnyconnellan. Lough Talt is part of the Lough Ho Bog Special Area of Conservation, an area of active blanket bog. Over 160 species of plant have been identified growing here, some in alkaline soils, others in the acidic bogland areas. The following is just a small sample of those plants. Most can be easily spotted from the path. This multicoloured living carpet is made up of a variety of species of sphagnum moss plant. Without sphagnum mosses, there would be no bogs in Ireland. All of the larger plants on the bog are growing in the sphagnum moss. These mosses can hold up to 20 times their own weight in water. Water is trapped between the plants in a hummock, but it is also stored inside the plant itself in special cells. Sphagnum also acidifies its own surroundings, preventing the decay of plant material and eventually forming peat. A huge number of tiny microscopic plants and animals live within the sphagnum mosses, which in turn provide food for other organisms living in the wet bog. The plants in the bog are especially adapted to the lack of available soil nutrients here. The round-leaved sundew gets its nutrients by trapping and digesting small flies. The leaves have hairs with little drops of dew at the end of each one. This dew is actually a type of glue to trap the unsuspecting fly, which is then slowly digested as the leaf curls around its prey. The butterworth is another carnivorous plant to be found here. It uses its sticky, bright green leaves like fly paper to trap its prey. Bog asphodel is sometimes referred to as the bone breaker, as it was blamed for causing broken bones in sheep which grazed through the bogs. Recent research has found that bog asphodel contains chemicals which do indeed weaken bone tissue. One of the most striking sedges that grow here is the many-headed common cotton grass. It spreads rapidly in bogland by means of underground stems. A variety of heathers grow here, including ling heather with its small flowers and bell heather with its much larger flowers, providing nectar and pollen for honeybees, bumblebees and many solitary bees. Heathers have been much used over the centuries as bedding material, for brooms, for fuel and for basket making. Eyebright, as its name suggests, has been used over the centuries as a cure for minor eye ailments such as redness or irritation. It is a semi-parasitic plant, deriving nourishment from the roots of clovers. Bilberry is better known in Ireland as frochan and elsewhere as huckleberry and whinberry. Its berries are rich in vitamin C. A range of native species of tree are growing within the Lough Talt amenity area, including hazel, willow, hawthorn, rowan and ash. The lake and its surroundings are home to a diverse range of birds, including the mallard duck, red grouse, whooper swan, mute swan, cormorant, kestrel, sparrowhawk, skylark, song thrush, common snipe, magpie and chaffinch. The Ox Mountains are home to the red grouse, also known as the heather hen. Its heathery bogs provide food, shelter and protection for this native bird. However, its survival is threatened mainly because its habitat is disappearing at an alarming rate all over the country. The local shooting and gun club of Tubbercurry and Coolani have come to the rescue through the introduction of the Red Grouse Restoration Project. This project aims to protect the habitat of this bird and thus ensure its survival into the future. This habitat is also home to the non-native mink, but the native common otter, pine marten, badger, red fox, hare and red deer. Lough Talt is categorised as an oligotrophic lake, which means that it has a low nutrient content, resulting in low algal production and consequently has crystal clear water. These waters support a wide variety of fish species including brown trout, three-spined stickleback, perch and even the threatened Arctic char and the critically endangered European eel. The lakeshore marshes are home to the rare wetland snail called Vertigo geyeri. This endangered species is found at very few sites around Ireland and is considered threatened in Europe. Mayflies are a type of insect that spend their juvenile life in water. Mayfly larvae look like adult mayflies but with no wings. This mayfly larva, taken from the waters of Lough Talt, is an indicator of the existence of good quality water in the lake, as mayfly are very sensitive to pollution. It is essential that Lough Talt and its surroundings, including its various habitats and the plants and animals that live there, are protected. Lough Talt is the source of water supply for a large portion of the population of County Sligo. It is important that we all play our role in protecting this unique area, its landscape, its wildlife and its beauty for generations to come.